I opened my timeline to a creator that I always mention on my channel, Erica Prevail, and today is our 99 day on our daily 100-day journey. And when I saw that, it made me sit down in front of my camera to post. Because there's something about seeing somebody finish something that they started that inspires you to finish what you start. And it's not that if you don't see that, you're not going to show up, But it's also like everything that we're doing that we feel like is mundane and nobody's watching and we're unseen is the thing that's going to get somebody to do the thing that they are putting off. I honestly did not know what I wanted to talk about, but I knew that the moment I sit down and turn on the camera, something is going to come, and so I just have to do it. But honestly, I really underestimated how many times on this daily posting journey I would feel like I didn't want to post. I completely underestimated it. I've never done it before. When I just started my YouTube channel, I was posting every day, but I was doing one long form video a week, and that was one day, and then I would edit my shorts down to post my shorts like 7 days. So I would have content up every day, but I would only be filming one day, editing probably for the entire week, and then I post every day. But I never sat down in front of my camera every single day to talk. So I never really met the version of me who is going to show up daily and do this daily, because I've never done it before. And as I'm learning about this version, like you are learning about her, I realized that there is so many different emotions that I go through on a daily basis, and there is so much challenge to sit down in front of my camera and film every day. I honestly, I didn't know. I guess you never stop learning about yourself. And if you stop learning about yourself, well, I don't think you ever stop. I think sometimes we just don't pay attention. But there's always something to learn. There's a version of you that you're going to meet when you're doing the thing that you're supposed to do. And I don't know what you're going to think about that version, because you have to meet her to know. I did not know this version of myself. I sit here in front of my camera and I'm naturally just flowing. One thing about this journey that it was very important for me is to not force anything. I wanted to make sure that I had flow, because if I have a topic in my mind to talk about and I feel disconnected, like there's not going to be any passion in what I'm talking about, and I know that you guys can feel that. So personally, I just like to talk about things when I'm connected to it. And so even though this morning I got up and I had a topic at the top of my mind that I wanted to come and share, as I went through my day, I completely felt off. So I know that's not what I'm going to connect with right now. But when I just started posting on YouTube, I could not just sit in front of my camera and flow, because it was new for me to post my videos, and I felt like I had to just perform and do everything to get the views and to get the subscribers. And 3 years later, after doing it that way and burning out and feeling like I was going through different stages in my life, but I couldn't really share about it because I was just in a performative role, and that role was just to talk about entrepreneurship. And even though I love talking about it, but there are times when that's not the topic that I was connecting to in that moment. But I pushed past that feeling just to film a video, because I thought that's the video that I needed to put out. And so because I was just not being true to how I was feeling in those moments, I didn't continue for a very long time. I had to take a break. Different things were happening in my life that caused the break to come into effect, but also not just the physical things that were happening. I was just mentally not able to function because I couldn't perform, right? And so because I've been doing this for the past 45 days, literally, it's easier for me to just sit down and talk because I've had some reps in. And there is so much that goes into getting into that state of flow and understand like yourself in it too, because now I'm realizing like if I'm not connected to a topic, I can't talk about it. Like I really have to be in my flow state in order for me to just execute on something. Like because I've been doing this for a couple of days now, even if I don't know what I'm going to talk about, I can sit down in front of the camera and trust that something is going to come and I'm going to say it. And even if I don't say it right, I will say it, but I feel more confident and more comfortable in my element. Like sometimes I know I'm in my videos and I'm rambling on. Sometimes I'm just goofing around and having my own jolly time and all of that. And I don't feel like I'm performing that. I genuinely feel like I am excited to do this, even if at the end of my days I feel drained or I feel disconnected or I feel exhausted or don't like I really wouldn't want to. But it's not because I feel like I have to perform now, because I freed myself from that. It's really because I don't know, it just feels more like myself. I am not performing for metrics. I want the metrics to increase, obviously. You know, I'm on my way to 5,000 subscribers, and that's a goal that I'm trying to reach. Of course, I have those metrics goal, but more than the metrics itself, I just want to feel like I'm connected to what I'm doing more so than what the external thing, because this internal connection is going to be the thing that helps me to push through the hard days. So even when I feel like I don't want to make a video, I don't want to talk today, I can literally just feel like, oh, I'm just going to sit down, I'm just going to talk. It doesn't feel like an overarching thing like it did 3 years ago. And you know, this kind of just makes me think like things really just have to happen the way that they need to happen for you to get to that version that you need to get to. Because I probably would have still been performing. I probably would have still just been out and about. You know, I watch back a lot of my videos, even now, but I watch a lot of my videos from when I just started my channel. And sometimes when I'm watching the videos, I'm thinking, there's a lot of energy in the videos, but also I could not get myself to make a video like that again. And maybe I could, but I wouldn't want to in the context, because I know that it was just like, I felt like I had to say it this way, I had to do it that way, I had to do that. And nobody really told me that. Or maybe I probably watched some videos on YouTube and saw how people were doing it and decided that's how I wanted to do it too. But it wasn't a case where I had to. You know, I started a channel and I set the rules outside of what rules YouTube said. But it's also, I was just performing for what I thought was going to be the outcome. And when I did not get that outcome, I was just burned out. I was tired, I was exhausted. And probably that's why to this day I don't like editing, because I spent so much time editing my previous videos, and it felt like my channel still was not growing to the level that I envisioned it to grow to, right? And so I was just editing, because I thought this is going to be the thing that gets me to X amount of subscribers or to X amount of watch time or whatever metrics needed, and it never did. And so I got disappointed and I kind of just went away from it. But now since I started posting again, I intentionally wanted to do these daily things because I didn't know what I was going to experience, but of course I wanted to get back into the flow of making my videos And I did not have a clue that in the process of doing this, I would actually experience this state of flow. There are many days when I have title, well, not title, well, I guess you can say title, but there are days when I have specific topics that I want to talk about and I feel very passionate and I can. Sometimes I write a script and, well, not really a full verbatim script, but more like an outline, and these are the things that I'm going to talk about. And then there are days when I know if I write a script, I'm just going to mess it up. So I just have to sit down and flow. And I'm kind of just experiencing both of those persons at the same time. And I am a natural perfectionist. So for me to even sit down without a script, I would probably be freaking out before I started my daily posting, but now it's just like another day. I remember when I just started posting back on YouTube after I took a break and I was going live because I did not, my phone was, I couldn't edit on my phone and my phone just kept breaking for some reason. Every time I bought a phone, it just got damaged. I had to buy one and I was just so exhausted and I couldn't edit on there. So I started to go live. And on my lives, I would be so uncomfortable. I promise, I kid you not. I was so uncomfortable because I was actually, many times, most of the times I had a script. I had a script and I was just going by my script and I would probably just make a mistake and then probably somebody would jump on the live and hear me talking, making a mistake, and then they would jump off and I would think, did I say it wrong? Did I say this wrong? And I was just having a full-blown panic while on my live. And sometimes that I didn't feel like I did the live very well because I was kind of rushing to just finish. And since I started posting daily, I just feel more calm when I turn my camera on. And you know what? I think last week I started going live on TikTok I think I did my 6th live the other day. And the first live, when I went on, I had not posted on TikTok for the same amount of time that I hadn't posted on YouTube. And I went live on TikTok and it was so awkward. It was so awful because you know that TikTok people are just jumping on the live, jumping out. So it was bad. But I went on the live. My family joined me on the live and I was there talking and everything. And when I came off, I called my mom and I was like, that was so awful. And she was like, no, you did great. And I didn't feel great. I felt the opposite of great, to be honest. I did not feel great. But over time, after doing it for a while, some of them feel great and some don't. I had a really excellent live probably a couple days ago or last week. That live, oh my god, it was so interactive, it was so fun, and I stayed on there for about 50 minutes literally, and it didn't even feel at the time went so long, but it was literally about 50 minutes. And after I came off, I was just sitting with myself and thinking, man, you see, there's sometimes payoff to things that we don't even realize, because I didn't even really realize that me just literally sitting on from the top of my camera every single day was building and training this muscle that will help me in other ways. It just feels like a mundane thing. I'm just literally taking up my phone and posting every day. And it's just like, oh, okay, another video. And sometimes like, what am I going to talk about? And then also realizing like sometimes I don't know what I'm going to talk about until I turn my camera on, like today. But it's doing something. There is something that is training in you. There's something that's developing in you that you are going to be able to use is for something else. It's basically a transferable skill. So if you get nothing from this video, 2 things. And I said them at the beginning, I'm going to say them again. Just like how I took my camera up and just like I took my phone up and went on YouTube and I saw Erica's video on her 99 day, and she has 100 days, which is going to end tomorrow. And that kind of just made me feel like, okay, Erica did it, let me get back on my track. Sometimes there's something that you are doing or should be doing, and you don't feel like there's any value in it, you don't feel like there's anybody watching, you don't feel like there's any reason, right? But somebody is seeing you, somebody is being inspired by you, somebody is continuing because of you, or somebody is discontinuing something that they need to discontinue because of you. Like, you have a lot more influence than you think, and that's why staying the course is important. If you're on a course, that's why it's important, right? Because I just literally saw that video and I was like, okay, well, let's go, because I'm literally just on day 44, and she completed hers. And it's hard, it's challenging, and you're still supposed to do it, right? So that's one thing. You could inspire somebody else. And the next thing is, I lost my train of thought. So the one thing is, it could inspire somebody to continue their journey. And the thing that you're doing right now is valuable. It's going to be, you think it's mundane, but it's going to develop transferable skills in you. It's going to be something that you can use for multiple different things, because you're training the muscle of showing up, and you're training the muscle of a skill that you just don't see the value in, but the value is going to present itself at the right time. As I always say, the right people and the right opportunity are always coming to me, and I also believe that for you. All right, so those are the two things that I want you to take away from my rambling today. And just be yourself, be authentic, just show up, and remember that your journey is yours and it's not anybody else, and you just have to be yourself. Performativeness will just only take you so far, but once you are being yourself, you can channel that and you can carry that forever, because you can only be you. All right, so that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. Thank you for subscribing, and I'm talking all things investing in you. All right, so one day you'll see a video talking about me talking about not knowing what to talk about, then you see me talking about tips to implement in your finances, how to manage workplace situations, whatever it is that will help you to get to the next level. So if that's what you're interested in, stick around and turn on your notification bell so you can be notified when I post, because you never know what's going on around here, in a good way. And share this video with somebody that it could be helpful with. You know, sometimes we all need that little encouragement, and you never know what's going to be the thing that is going to encourage somebody. Even if it doesn't encourage you, one single word that I said could literally change somebody's life, or send somebody in the right direction. So it costs nothing. Just share the video with somebody that you think it could be helpful with. Also, if you could please give me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate that. And comment below, what is one thing that you saw that inspired you to stay on your journey? I'd love to know, actually, and probably everybody in the comments would also love to know. All right, and until then, I'll see you in the next one tomorrow. Follow me on all social media platforms at Khrista-Lee Amore on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. If you have not checked out my reset, the link will be in the description, and this reset is to help you with structure, accountability, and community while you're taking your finances to your next level. Remember, I said awareness will change your life, and the right time to change your life is always now. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one tomorrow. Bye. Let's go make some mistakes.